Your adult height may reveal more about your childhood than you realize. Height is shaped by both the genes you inherit and the conditions you grow up in. Your genes provide much of the blueprint for how tall your body can become. Height is polygenic, meaning many different genetic variants contribute small effects. Genetics influences a range, but childhood conditions help determine where you finish within it. Nutrition can influence whether a growing child reaches their full inherited height potential. Growing bones need enough energy, protein, vitamins, and minerals throughout childhood. Protein supplies building material needed for growing tissues, including muscles and bones. Calcium and vitamin D support healthy bone development during the years when height is increasing. Long-term undernutrition during childhood can slow growth and reduce adult height. The same genetic potential can produce different outcomes when childhood environments differ. Sleep matters because important growth-related hormone release occurs especially during deep sleep. Growth hormone is released in pulses, and sleep is closely connected with that rhythm. Chronic poor sleep can interfere with healthy development, although height depends on many factors. Regular physical activity supports healthy bones, muscles, and overall childhood development. Exercise supports growth, but no specific sport can override the genetic limits of height.
Basketball does not make someone genetically taller. Taller people are simply common in the sport. Swimming improves fitness, but it does not directly lengthen your bones beyond normal growth.
Most height increase happens at growth plates near the ends of long bones. These growth plates produce new bone tissue, allowing limbs to lengthen during childhood. Puberty triggers one of the fastest periods of growth after infancy. Children who start puberty at different ages may temporarily look dramatically different in height. Being short at one stage of adolescence does not always predict final adult height. Puberty hormones first accelerate growth and later contribute to growth plate closure. Once growth plates close, natural bone lengthening and major height growth usually stop.
Stretching can improve posture and flexibility, but it cannot reopen closed growth plates.
Better posture can change how tall you appear without changing the actual length of your bones. Your height can reflect genetic variants inherited from grandparents and more distant ancestors too. A child can become taller than both parents because inheritance combines many variants in new ways. Tall parents can also have a shorter child because height inheritance is not simple averaging. Siblings can differ in height because each inherits a different genetic combination. Even people with nearly identical genetics can show small height differences because environments are never perfectly identical. Frequent or serious childhood illness can sometimes interfere with normal growth. Some children experience catch-up growth after temporary illness or nutritional problems are resolved. Hormones from several organs help regulate the timing and speed of childhood growth.
Growth hormone helps coordinate normal growth in bones and other tissues.
Certain hormone disorders can cause unusually slow or unusually rapid growth. Thyroid hormones also play an important role in normal growth and development.
Growth hormone works partly through signals, such as IGF-1, that stimulate growing tissues. Doctors track how a child grows across several years because the overall pattern reveals more than a single height measurement. Healthy children can naturally follow very different height percentiles.
A major change in growth trajectory can matter more than simply being short or tall.
Accurate height tracking requires consistent measurement, especially when evaluating childhood growth. Can be slightly taller in the morning because spinal discs compress during the day. During rest, spinal discs rehydrate and regain some thickness before the next day. That daily height change is temporary and does not mean your bones are growing.
Adults can lose some height with age because of spinal changes, posture, and bone health.
Average height differs between populations because genetics and environments have varied across history.
Migration moved height-related genetic variants between populations over thousands of years.
Climate may have influenced human body proportions, although height itself has many causes.
Longer, leaner body proportions can increase surface area relative to mass and help release heat. More compact body proportions can reduce surface area relative to mass and conserve heat.
Two people of the same height can still have very different leg and torso proportions. Larger bodies generally require more energy to maintain than smaller bodies.
In food-scarce environments, the energetic cost of body size could influence survival and reproduction. Changes in food supply and disease after agriculture affected human growth in complex ways. Archaeological skeletons show that average human height has changed repeatedly through history.
Human height has never moved in one direction. Living conditions have repeatedly changed it.
In many populations, average height increased as nutrition, sanitation, and childhood health improved.
Average height can change noticeably within only a few generations when living conditions improve.
Rapid height changes between generations usually cannot be explained by genetic evolution alone. Better childhood conditions can help more people reach the upper part of their inherited growth potential. Being tall may reflect favorable childhood conditions, inherited genetics, or usually some combination of both. Being short does not automatically mean childhood nutrition or health was poor. Healthy human height naturally varies widely, and neither tall nor short is automatically abnormal. Adult height is an outcome created by many interacting influences, rather than one hidden cause. Extra vitamins do not make a well-nourished child exceed their genetically influenced height potential.
Milk can contribute useful nutrients, but no single food guarantees extra height.
Healthy growth depends on overall nutrition across years, not one special ingredient.
Good sleep supports normal development, but sleeping longer cannot make you infinitely taller.
Hanging exercises may stretch the body temporarily, but they do not lengthen growing bones directly. Even with similar childhood diets, genetic differences can still produce very different adult heights.
Environmental differences can influence height even when inherited potential is similar.
Severe chronic stress can affect sleep, appetite, hormones, and other processes involved in development.
Healthy development is supported by consistent access to food,
sleep, care, and a safe environment. Public health improvements can affect population height by reducing childhood disease and nutritional losses. Population height can therefore reflect broader living conditions experienced during childhood.
You cannot reliably reconstruct one person's childhood just by looking at their adult height. A shorter adult can have had excellent nutrition, sleep, healthcare, and completely normal development.
Height is a continuous trait, meaning most people fall somewhere along a broad natural spectrum. Population averages can differ, while individuals from those populations still overlap enormously in height. A population average cannot tell you exactly why one individual is tall or short. Height-related genetic variance can come from many different branches of your ancestry. Your adult height is a genetic mosaic built from many ancestors rather than one family line. So height is not just genetic history. It is also a record of growth biology interacting with childhood. Genes, environment, and hormones continuously interact while your body is growing.
Your final height is the endpoint of thousands of growth decisions your body made before adulthood.
But height cannot tell whether those childhood years were healthy without additional information.
Your height can offer clues about how you grew, but no single measurement can reveal your entire childhood story.
A useful way to think about height is genetic potential filtered through the environment of growth. Different heights can emerge from very different combinations of genetics and childhood experience. Your height carries echoes of your ancestry and the environment that shaped you while you grew.
Your height is not destiny or a judgment. It is one visible outcome of genes, growth, and childhood history.